Let's start with a simple idea. A dimension is just a direction you can move in. A point has 0 dimensions, no movement possible. Stretch it into a line, and you have 1 dimension forward and backward. Move that line sideways and you get a flat surface. 2 dimensions, length and width. Classic video game characters lived in this flat, 2-dimensional world. Pull that surface up, and you get a cube. 3 dimensions, length, width, and height. This is our world, the space we live and move in. Each new dimension is a direction at a right angle to the last. We went from point to line to square to cube, each step adding complexity. But why stop at 3? Mathematics and physics let us ask, what comes next? What if we add another direction, another dimension? The universe may not end at what we can see. Let's climb the ladder to higher dimensions. Most of us rarely question our everyday perception of reality. But what if everything you believe to be real is just a version of the truth? The Matrix famously asks, is real simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain? This idea suggests our world, everything we see, touch, and feel, might be a complex illusion constructed by our minds. Our senses are our primary tools for interacting with the world, but they're just channels for information. Electrical signals from our senses are decoded by the brain, creating the tapestry of experience we call reality. Yet our senses are limited. Dogs hear sounds we can't. There are layers of reality we never perceive. What else are we missing? Our reality is just a narrow slice, filtered through our biology. If reality is a construct of signals, maybe it's more like a broadcast, a specific channel of existence. This journey will push us to question what's real, exploring higher dimensions and the convergence of science and spirituality. So, prepare to question everything you know about reality. How do we picture dimensions beyond our own? Imagine a cube casting a 2-dimensional shadow, a square. A 4-dimensional object, a tesseract, would cast a 3-dimensional shadow, a cube within a cube. The 4th dimension is often linked to time. Your life is a 3-dimensional being stretched through time, a 4-dimensional worm. At any moment, you're a 3-dimensional slice of this timeline. The 5th dimension, it's a new direction, one that lets you move between parallel timelines. Imagine every choice you make creates a new branch, a new universe. In the 5th dimension, you could see all these branches at once. It's like seeing every possible version of your life side by side. Each timeline is a string. The 5th dimension is the whole set of strings. A being in the 5th dimension would see all possible pasts and futures. It's the landscape of every what if. The 5th dimension isn't science fiction. It started as a real scientific idea. In the 1920s, physics was split. Einstein's relativity explained gravity, but electromagnetism was separate. Theodore Kaluza had a bold thought: add a 5th dimension to Einstein's equations. Suddenly, the math described both gravity and electromagnetism together. Oscar Klein refined this, suggesting the 5th dimension is tiny and curled up everywhere. Picture a garden hose. From far away, it's a line. Up close, you see its circular dimension. The 5th dimension could be a hidden loop at every point in space. This idea inspired modern theories like string theory, which need even more dimensions. These extra dimensions might be essential for uniting all the forces of nature. They're not just math tricks, they could be the foundation of reality. The 5th dimension gives us the space for all the universe's forces to connect. It's a key step toward a theory of everything. Higher dimensions might be the secret to understanding the universe. Some people say, if the 5th dimension is real, why can't we see it? Imagine a fish in a flat pond. No concept of up or down. A 3-dimensional being dips a finger in. The fish sees only a circle. We're like that fish, unable to perceive higher dimensions. The Kaluza-Klein theory says the 5th dimension is tiny, curled up smaller than an atom. We're too big to move through it, like trying to walk through a keyhole. Only subatomic particles might feel its effects. Scientists search for clues at particle accelerators like the Large Hadron Collider. Gravity might be weaker because it leaks into extra dimensions. If energy or particles vanish in experiments, it could mean they've slipped into a higher dimension. Finding a graviton escaping this way would be a breakthrough. It's our first real evidence of a reality beyond our own. The search continues for signs of higher dimensions. What would it be like to exist in 5 dimensions? You'd see every possible timeline, every version of every choice. It's not time travel, but moving sideways into parallel realities. You could compare outcomes, understand consequences, and see the full tapestry of possibility. A five-dimensional being can't create new laws of physics, but can explore every outcome allowed by them. To reach universes with different physical laws, you'd need even higher dimensions. The fifth dimension is like having access to the entire library of possible lives. For us, it's a mind-bending idea, one that bridges science and philosophy. It challenges our sense of reality and possibility. The universe may be far stranger than we can imagine. Exploring higher dimensions expands our understanding of what's possible. The fifth dimension is a reminder. Reality is bigger than we think. The journey doesn't end here. There's always another dimension to explore. Let's start with the dimensions we know: length, width, and height, our three-dimensional world. For centuries, this was the complete picture of reality. The fourth dimension is often called time, but it can also be seen as the container for all physical reality. But quantum physics shattered the idea of a solid, predictable world. Atoms are mostly energy, not matter. Everything we see as solid is actually vibrating energy, an illusion of form created by frequency. This leads us to the fifth dimension, not a new direction but a higher frequency of consciousness. Here, the limitations of the physical world dissolve, and unity and connection become possible. The fifth dimension is a state of being, not a place, a new way of experiencing reality. Understanding this concept lets us see reality in a completely new light. Let's break it down and explore what this means for us. Our reality starts with what we can measure: length, width, and height. These three dimensions, represented by X, Y, and Z, define our physical space and everything in it. Physical science is built on measuring these predictable, repeatable aspects of the world. We interact with this world constantly, reinforcing its solidity. But this view is incomplete. It explains the what, but not always the how or why. What about thoughts, feelings, or consciousness? They're real to us but can't be measured like mass or distance. The physical world gives us order and predictability but leaves many questions unanswered. To truly grasp reality, we must look beyond the physical. There may be more to existence than what we can touch and see. Let's explore what lies beyond these three dimensions. If real is what you can feel, smell, taste, and see, then our world is a sensory construct. Sensations are just electrical signals interpreted by the brain, creating our experience of reality. We mistake this interpretation for reality itself, but it's an illusion of solidity. Atoms are mostly empty space. The feeling of solidity is just electromagnetic force. Our perception is limited by our biology. We only see a tiny sliver of the electromagnetic spectrum. Animals like dogs hear frequencies we can't, experiencing a different reality. Our human-centric view is profoundly limited. We access only a few threads of a vast tapestry. What other layers of reality exist beyond our senses? Questioning the solidity of our world is the first step to opening our minds. There are unseen realities existing alongside our own. Beyond the physical, there's a world of non-physical experience. Love, happiness, beauty, anger. These can't be measured, but they're undeniably real and often more impactful than physical objects. Our consciousness seems to operate in a different realm than our bodies. The concept of a soul, our immaterial essence, appears in countless cultures. Science can't prove or disprove the soul, but its persistence suggests we're more than physical forms. When we die, our bodies decompose. But what happens to consciousness? Many believe the soul continues. This hints that consciousness isn't dependent on the body. It may exist in a state beyond physical dimensions. What if the fifth dimension is the realm of emotion and consciousness? A state we can access, not a place we travel to. Just as animals perceive different frequencies, perhaps higher consciousness lets us access non-physical realities. The universe may be composed of matter, energy, and consciousness existing in dimensions beyond our senses. Everything we experience is our brain interpreting electrical signals. Our senses convert light, sound, and touch into these impulses, the universal language of our nervous system. These signals are waves with different frequencies, letting us distinguish colors, sounds, and sensations. Like radios, we're tuned to a specific band of frequencies, our human reality channel, while countless others exist beyond our perception. Reality is like a broadcast spectrum, full of channels, each a different frequency. Our senses are tuned to just one, creating our human experience. Dogs, for example, hear frequencies we can't, living in a different world. Bees see ultraviolet, perceiving patterns invisible to us. If we could change our frequency, what new realities might we discover? Reality is a symphony of vibrating energy. Everything from solid objects to thoughts has a unique frequency. In sound, frequency creates pitch. In light, it creates color. Our world is the low-frequency part of a vast spectrum. By tuning into higher frequencies, we add new harmonies to our experience of reality. When we hear fifth dimension, we think science fiction, spaceships and hidden realms. But in consciousness, it's not a place, but a higher state of awareness, a shift beyond our senses and linear thinking. Here, the illusion of separation dissolves, revealing unity and deep connection to all things. Through practices like meditation, we access this dimension, experiencing reality through unity and love. The fifth dimension isn't just another step. It's the integration of all the dimensions before it, like a conductor uniting an orchestra. It brings together every part, infusing physical reality with meaning and purpose. Here, matter and consciousness merge, creating a unified, empowered reality. If the fifth dimension is a state of consciousness, then our emotions are, the primary language through which we experience it. While our five physical senses decode the three-dimensional world, our emotions decode the non-physical realms. Emotions are not just random chemical reactions in the brain. They are energetic frequencies. Think about how different emotions feel in your body. Joy, love, and gratitude feel light, expansive, and uplifting. They have a high vibrational frequency. In contrast, fear, anger, and grief feel heavy, dense, and constricting. They vibrate at a much lower frequency. These are not just metaphors, they are descriptions of energetic states. In this framework, the fifth dimension is the frequency band of high vibrational emotions. It is the realm of unconditional love, profound joy, deep peace, and a sense of oneness with all of life. When you experience these states, you are literally tuning your consciousness to the frequency of the fifth dimension. You are having a five-dimensional experience. This is why moments of pure selfless love or overwhelming natural beauty can feel so transcendent. In those moments, you temporarily lift your consciousness above the dense, fear-based frequencies of the three-dimensional world and get a glimpse of a higher reality. You are feeling the frequency of unity. This is why many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of cultivating positive emotions. It is not just about being happy, it is a practical method for shifting your state of consciousness. By consciously choosing to focus on gratitude, compassion, and forgiveness, you are actively raising your own vibrational frequency. You are training your internal receiver to tune into the five-dimensional channel more consistently. This is the work of spiritual evolution. It is the process of clearing out the dense, low-frequency emotional baggage, the fears, traumas, and limiting beliefs that keeps your consciousness locked in a three-dimensional perception of reality. This makes the concept of the fifth dimension intensely personal and experiential. It is not an abstract theory to be understood only with the intellect. It is a reality to be felt and lived. You can feel the difference between a state of anger and a state of peace within your own being. That feeling is your direct perception of different frequencies of consciousness. The fifth dimension is simply the conscious choice to inhabit and embody the highest frequencies available to us. It is the recognition that our emotional state is our most powerful tool for navigating the different dimensions of reality, and that love is the master key that unlocks the door to higher consciousness. Why can't we see the fifth dimension? Our eyes are built for the physical world, not for frequencies beyond visible light. Plus, when some of you are born, they put silver nitrate in your eyes. The fifth dimension is experienced through consciousness, intuition, love, and insight, not seen with our eyes. Like radio waves, it's real but invisible, coexisting with us, waiting for us to tune in. For centuries, science and spirituality have walked separate paths. Science has focused on the observable, measurable, physical world. It is the world of matter, energy, and the predictable laws that govern them. Spirituality, on the other hand, has explored the inner world of consciousness, meaning, and the soul. It deals with subjective experiences that cannot be put under a microscope. These two realms have often been seen as fundamentally opposed, one based on objective proof and the other on subjective faith. It seemed you had to choose between a rational scientific worldview and a mystical spiritual one. The two approaches appeared to be speaking completely different languages about the nature of reality. However, as our understanding deepens, these two paths are beginning to converge. The line between the physical and non-physical is becoming, honestly, increasingly blurry. Quantum physics, the most fundamental of our sciences, has revealed a universe that is far stranger and less solid than we ever imagined. It tells us that at the core of all matter, there is nothing but vibrating energy. This discovery shockingly mirrors what spiritual traditions have taught for millennia, that the physical world is an illusion, a manifestation of a deeper unseen energy. Science, through its rigorous investigation of the physical, has unexpectedly arrived at the doorstep of the metaphysical. This convergence is most apparent when we discuss the fifth dimension. Science approaches it through abstract mathematical frameworks like string theory, which proposes the existence of extra dimensions to unify the fundamental forces of nature. These dimensions are not something we can see or touch. They are theoretical constructs needed to make the equations work. Spirituality approaches the same idea from a different angle, describing the fifth dimension as a higher state of consciousness, a frequency of love and unity. While the language is different, the core concept is remarkably similar. There is more to reality than the four dimensions we perceive in our everyday lives. This emerging synthesis offers a more complete picture of our universe. It suggests that science and spirituality are not enemies, but two different tools for exploring the same ultimate reality. Science provides the how, explaining the mechanics of the universe through observation and experiment. Spirituality provides the why, exploring the meaning and purpose of our existence through inner experience. By bringing these two perspectives together, we can begin to build a bridge between the world of matter and the world of consciousness. We can start to see the universe not as a cold, random machine, but as a vibrant, intelligent system of energy and awareness. The soul, our non-physical essence, has long been a spiritual mystery. Science once dismissed it, but quantum physics changed everything. Atoms are mostly empty space, just energy patterns. So what is consciousness that organizes this energy? Many feel a real energy in moments of deep emotion, chi, prana, life force. Quantum physics may have built a bridge between science and the ancient idea of the soul. Science is a powerful tool for understanding the physical world, but it has its limits. It struggles with non-physical realities, like the soul or the fifth dimension, which don't appear on our current maps. Scientific models are just maps, not the territory itself. Some experiences, like inner peace, can't be measured in a lab, but that doesn't make them any less real. If we can't measure the fifth dimension, what evidence do we have for its existence? The evidence is personal, found in moments of love, awe, and connection that go beyond words. These experiences are the felt reality of a higher dimension, available to us all, right here, right now. Our journey began with the question, what is real? We've discovered reality is not just solid matter, but a dance of energy and consciousness. The world we perceive is a frequency, shaped by our awareness. True reality is a synthesis, physical and non-physical, united by our consciousness and connection. Exploring the fifth dimension is an invitation to question your limits and discover your own power. By tuning into your inner world, you can choose which frequencies to amplify: love, unity, possibility. The most profound truths are found within, in moments of awe and peace. The fifth dimension is a potential within you. The invitation is open. The journey is yours.